We got him! Yeah, baby, yeah! He's the super rare fire eye, dude. That is so cool.
Welcome to AdventureFun.
Okay, here we got our Treasure X King's Gold. It's the Hunter series, as you can see here. We've got our treasure hunter and the gold that I hope to find here. Now, when we dig through this, we're gonna be digging through some blue magic rock. That's pretty exciting. Up at the top, you've got your treasure hunter and a shield, which will come into play in just a minute. But before we go that far, let's look at the bottom and find out the 10 levels of adventure fun. And so we'll begin with the first one, which is find the shield. And then 2, discover the quest. 3, remove the tool. 4, smash through the top. Number 5, dig and reveal wrapped hunter and weapon. Number 6, unwrap your treasure hunter. Number 7, find the treasure chest and key. And then 8, when you unlock the treasure chest, if you didn't get the gold, you're gonna spring a trap, in which case you're gonna get snacked on by some little vermin or bug. And then finally, number 10, you can display your treasure hunter with the treasure that you find. So to get started, well, let's go ahead and open up the plastic wrapper around the box. That's wrapped around the paper and the box itself. So what I find that's easiest to be able to get the wrapper off is to use the fork. May the fork be with you. What I want to do is I want to be able to poke a hole from the space that you can see in between the box and the paper that's wrapped around it. So let's go ahead and poke a hole right there and keep poking until I break that plastic. Okay, that's good enough. And then take it and tear off the plastic. And then I want to be able to get the paper that's wrapped around the box off of it, so I can hold the top part of the paper and push, and there you go. Now you want to make sure that you look inside because you should have a map. Now this map's going to be very helpful, and let's unwrap it. You got 2 sides to the map. On the first side you have the instructions up at the top, and then down below the different ultra rare gold dip treasure, which I hope to find at least one. And then below that you have the 24 different characters that you can collect, and you can see them there in 8 different groups. And let's turn it over and you can see the lands, the different lands, and at the bottom of it you'll find your quest. Our quest is in the land of the Shadow King. Ooh, spooky. So in all these lands, where's the Shadow King? Let's look around and find it, and he's right there, the Shadow King. And you can see there's 4 treasures, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I don't get the gold, then I'll get one of these other treasures. Now, I hope to get the gold, and that treasure is Destroyer of Light. And then the others are Eye of Greed, Stealth of a Dragon, and Mummy Summoner. Ooh, sounds pretty cool. Now, any one of these treasures that I get, I can put into my shield. Where's the shield? It's right here. You see, after we took off the wrapper around it, that is the paper, you got your shield right there, but there's another wrapper around it, plastic, and so to get the wrapper off this so we can get the shield and open up the box here, I find the easiest way is to turn it around. And you see the perforations, there's 2 down the back here. If you want to take your fingernail and just dig at it, it'll start breaking apart. Or, may the fork be with you, go ahead and use the fork to start digging and poking to get the wrapper off. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and get our shield. Cool. And you can see that the shield has a hole in it. That's where you're gonna put your treasure. If it's gold, that's awesome, but if not, you get some other treasure, you're still able to display that in your shield. And you notice at the top, you got this little teeny tiny tooth. Well, when you get your treasure, you're gonna line the hole up with that tooth to be able to put it inside of it. And you can see at the back, you got a little handle here. That's where the treasure hunter is gonna hold his shield. And let's put that down. And let's open up our box here. You got a top and a bottom. To be able to open it up, grab the top, grab the bottom, and twist and pull, and pop goes the weasel. And there you go, there's your digger. I dig it. And there's the plank of wood, it's supposed to be wood, and the X right there, as you can see, X marks the spot. So you want to be able to poke that, rip it, tear it, and open it with our tool. So let's go ahead and pull out the tool here. And you'll notice that the tool, when I turn it around, has a hole. You can put it back on that hook there, as it were, if you want to save it for later. But let's go ahead and pull it off, and you'll see that you have a saw side or a poker. And of course, you've got your shovels so you can dig out the blue magic rock after you poke a hole through the board. Now I'm gonna bring over a paper plate here because this kind of gets messy with the blue rock. And you can either go ahead and saw it, but it takes a lot of pressure and a lot of sawing to be able to break that open. Ugh. As you can see right there, there's a little bit of blue rock. Or you can poke it and keep poking it and poke it and poke it until you break it in and be able to reveal all the goodies inside. The blue rock, at least. And we'll just keep, well, maybe we'll just like do this. We'll just start tearing it off here with our fingers and get all that stuff out of there. And look at that, woo, blue magic rock. That looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check it out. And you can get your tool again, the shovel, and start shoveling it out. I feel like a dentist doing this backwards, upside down. And then once you get the magic rock off, you'll have 3 wrapped artifacts inside. But before we get to that, let's put that off to the side and take a look at our magic rock. Ew, look at that. So cool. And smush it, and then maybe squish it, put it into a ball. Let's see if it bounced. No, it didn't bounce. You want to make sure that after you're done playing with it that you wash your hands. You definitely don't want to eat anything with this or get it in your eyes. If you do, you want to wash it out. In any case, that's cool stuff. So you can store it back into your box, of course, after you get your artifacts out of here. So let's push this over and off to the side. And inside you'll have 3 wrapped objects. And here we go. One is going to be the treasure chest, and the other is going to be the weapon that the treasure hunter in this one, this wrapping is, and also the key. So you can unlock the treasure chest. I'm going to open up the smallest bag so I can get the key to unlock the treasure chest, which is in this wrapper. How do I know? Well, experience. Go ahead and unravel it, and you can see that it looks like wrappings. It's supposed to represent cloth because that's what they did. They wrapped mummies in cloth. So that's what you're looking at, but it's plastic. And so if you look up at the top, you'll have these little tears inside either side that if you want to go ahead and pinch above and below it and then just pull, opens right up, tears right off. So we can open it up. Now be careful when you open up the little one, the smaller of the packages, because inside you'll have 2. You'll have the key and you'll have the weapon. Now the key is easy to lose, so let's go ahead and dump it on the table here. Oh, see? There we go. There's the key right there. Okay, skeleton key. That's gonna open up the treasure chest. And then we've got a sword. Now that looks pretty cool. Now if I wanna cheat, I could go back to my map and look and find out which one of these characters has the sword. And that's the character I'm gonna get. But if I wanna narrow it down even more, take a look. Take a look at the shield. See the shield? Now, if we go back to the characters here, you'll notice that they have a shield next to each group. Which one of these has the black shield? Well, it's this group right here, so I narrowed it down, so it's one of these right here, the Shadow Army, which makes sense because over here, we're looking in the Shadow Kingdom because down below, that was our quest, Land of the Shadow King. So when I come back here, which one of these has the sword? Do you see which one of these has the sword? That's right. We got him! Yeah, baby, yeah! He's the super rare Fire Eye dude. That is so cool. His name is Exus. Yes, we got him! So I cheated, that's okay. So if I want to open them and see them right now, I can just go ahead and pull open the wrapper and take a look at the nodule right there. See that? Go ahead and pinch above and below it and then pull, tear, and there he is. Oh, that's so cool. And look, he's got a little plastic on his head, and the reason why is because you see the eyes? Watch his eyes. They're red. Whee! Whee! You will subscribe to AdventureFun. You'll see that you got a button up at the top that you can push on because inside his head, oh, you got the batteries. You probably can't see them there, but when I push on the lights, there's batteries up in there. So you want to be careful with the batteries. They're small parts. Make sure that no kids get to them, because if you swallow the batteries, you take this apart, not a good thing. But in any case, let's go ahead and finish our quest. What could make this the ultimate quest, because he's one of the super rares with cool glowing red eyes, is if he got the gold. Let's go ahead and take his sword, put it in his right hand. Let's clear out everything else. Now, is there gold in here? Well, it's going to be one of the 4 treasures. I'm hoping it's gold. Here's my skeleton key. Let's go ahead and unwrap this. Pull it up tight. You can see a little nodule, a little tear in there. Just have to pinch above and below, tear it open, and then pull out the box. Okay, well, there's the warning there, the skull, like, don't open me, don't open me. If it's not gold, I will snack you with one of the little vermins inside. There's the keyhole, and X marks the spot to put your skeleton key in, or your silver key. So you want to put it in, and you'll have to give it a little push and then turn. So push and turn. Oh, look at that. Almost got snacked by this little spider. He almost had me for a snack. So that's the trap. So whenever you get a trap, that means you didn't get the gold. But what I got instead was the treasure here that's going to go inside his shield. So let's get a shield. And on the shield, you got a little, see that little toothy right there? See the tooth? You want to line that up with this little hole right here on your treasure. See that hole right there? You want to line it so it can slide right in, because otherwise you won't be able to get your treasure in your shield. And then pop it right into place, and there's your shield. Totally tinsel. So let's put it on his arm here. And there's one of the super rare figures with the little light up when you push on his head, telling you, you must subscribe. No!
Please click on one of these videos for more adventure fun.